I don't know about you, but I just wish Scott had a little more energy. So my talk is going to be about urgency is the driver. It's innovation in IT. Urgency is the driver, and scaling is the innovation. So we use metaphors to talk about what's going on in higher education, and of course we have had a disruptive event. And you will notice I don't put any special meaning on the fact that these are all dinosaurs. However, the biggest of the group you'll see would be us here at the major public research universities. And while we're diverting attention on each other, competing and working, this other thing has just kind of happened. And the question is whether or not we're paying attention. So what is the disruptive event? And this is going to be one of the few points in this talk you're going to hear me talk about technology. I'm going to be talking about people. Technological capabilities are now at an unprecedented level. Affordability for students and for parents. It's a crisis right now. The economic recession, declining state support, the compact between the state, as I've heard Chancellor Ward talk about, has changed incrementally over the last 30 years to it's not the same as what it was before. Declining or flat philanthropy, and we truly live in a flat world, and that has been made possible by the pervasive internet, which makes it a global issue. So I want to talk about a bargain I'd like to make with you, and that bargain is to spend less on basic IT utility services, and that requires something. It requires us to have real dialogue about choices and about the impacts of those choices, and it requires that we hire and develop collaborators. It isn't good enough to just develop, but we have to hire as well and then continue to invest in our people, because our people are what make our brand, our people are what make our institution great. And if we do that, we can reinvest and we can focus support in the core missions of teaching, learning, service, and research at scale. As Chancellor Ward indicated before, we do marvelous innovations, but in IT you rarely see those moving up to scale levels. We do great in pockets, and now our challenge is how do we take these great innovations and learn from them and scale up. And therefore, scaling, in my view, is what the real innovation is here. So scaling innovation requires a base foundation, and that base foundation is, again, it's our people. We've been working on, over the last year and a half, leadership development in the broad IT community, and it isn't just IT professionals. It's individuals in the functional offices in our schools and colleges who deal with IT to become real leaders in the areas where they're closer to where our faculty and staff are, so that they can be a part of the extended leadership community regarding where we need to head with regard to IT. We also have had a concerted effort to develop a common vocabulary, and it's called the language of requirements. The requirements give us the ability to talk about things not from the point of view of what we would like to be able to do and jump to solutions, but to be able to talk what do we need. And it really parses it down to the essentials, again, with the idea being if we could focus more on the core of what we need, we will have more than to be able to spend on the innovation around the edges, closer to where faculty are, and working with them, research, service, and teaching and learning. The other thing is governance. We need a level of governance to be able to make prudent IT decisions. We are characterized as an organization that makes decisions in a fairly ad hoc manner when it comes to IT. Those individuals who have the money usually make the decisions, and then we try and make it all work together and so on. Right now we have an AE project on IT decision making, and that has a clear focus on us working together and trying to prioritize with all the stakeholders, deans, other leaders, governance, the ITC, all at the table, all working to prioritize our investments. And that is a part of the innovation that we need to do, is make decisions a little bit smarter and a little more coordinated. In all of these, I would like to plug Showcase, because all of these, either last year or this year, have been a subject of poster sessions. So there's plenty of opportunities to learn about these things, and I encourage all of you to engage in a nice, lively debate about where we go in the future. Thank you.